Hello everybody. Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Dear students and all viewers. Welcome to English class. I am Parveen Akhtar, lecturer English, Rampur Ideal Alim Madrasa, Kamranga Sadar, Jadpur. Today I am going to take an online class of class 10 and my subject is English for today. So dear students, what do you mean by these two pictures? This picture and this picture. That means they are returning to their village. People returning home, village or native to their village. When they do so, generally most of the people return to their village at the time of various festivals. Here is another picture. So, can you guess what is our today's lesson? Today's topic? Yes, our today's topic is Return of the Native, Unit 12, Lesson 3. Here, I can mention that we have already finished the first two lessons of Unit 12 when we were in our class. So now I want to discuss about Lesson 3 of Unit 12, and you know it is the name of the topic of the lesson, Return of the Native. So what will we able to learn in this lesson? After this lesson, ask and answer questions, read and understand the text through silent reading, and work in pairs to relate the theme to roots. Do you know them? Here are three pictures. Do you know? Yes, I wish you know. He is Michael Madhusudan Datta, and it is his early picture. So who composed sonnets among them? Do you know? Yes, sonnet was composed by Michael Madhusudan Datta. He is Michael Madhusudan Datta. So do you know this? Ras Narayan Datta, father of Michael Madhusudan Datta, and Jahanovi Devi, mother of Michael Madhusudan Datta. So he is Michael Madhusudan Datta. So my students, what do you know about Michael Madhusudan Datta? Yes, Michael Madhusudan Datta was born in Shagordari, you know very well, Keshavpur, Joshore, on the bank of Kapotakko river. You know very well, Michael Madhusudan Datta was born in Shagordari village, which is in Joshore and Kashepur, and it is stand on the bank of Kapotakko river. And he was born in a sophisticated Hindu family. Do you know what is sophisticated? Very rich family of that time. And he took Christianity to Pope Diltri on 13 February 1843. Here, note that at first he was Hindu, but later he took Christianity to Pope Diltri on 13 February 1843. Pope Diltri named him Michael, and when he became Christian, his name was Michael, and before his name was Madhusudan Datta. And he breathed his last on 27 June 1873, 3 days after the death of Henry. So clear, my students? Here is about the details information of Michael Madhusudan Datta. So look at another picture. Here is Michael Madhusudan Datta's picture. Michael Madhusudan Datta believed that here is the speech of Michael Madhusudan Datta. I believe that I was born on the wrong side of the planet and that my society is unable to appreciate my intellect. The West would be more receptive to my genius. So, my students, Michael Madhusudan Datta think that he has extraordinary talent, and his teachers also find that he has extraordinary talent. But he think that he was born in Joshore, Bangladesh, he think it was not a right place to appreciate his intellectuality. And she naturally think that if he was born in West, his intellectuality would be receptive, would be granted by that people. It is the earliest picture of Michael Madhusudan Datta. So he was an ardent follower of English poet. Here is an English poet. And for this reason, he became a Christian and went to West. The poet lived in this city. Do you know which city is this? It is Versatile's city. In this city and composed his poetry and drama almost entirely English. And when he went to West, he all the time composed mass of poetry and drama almost entirely in English. But no one accepted him and he failed to gain the right appreciation. That means when he wrote lot of poetry and drama in English, but no one accepted him and he failed to gain the right appreciation as he think earlier. Earlier he think that he was very genius, he has intellectuality, and the people of Bangla didn't able to appreciate him. For this reason he went to West and there he composed a lot of poems and drama entirely in English. But the people of West didn't accepted him and he failed to gain the right appreciation as he thought earlier. To his utter frustration, he found that he was not esteemed as a native writer of English literature. So finally, it was found by him that he was not actually respected by the West people as his native people respect him. So, do you remember this poem? Michael Madhusudan Datta Kapotaksha Nath poem. Then he came back to his village, to his country again and composed this poem Kapotaksha Nath, Michael Madhusudan Datta. I want to read 2 or 3 sentences from this poem. Shoteto he nodi tumi poro mor mone, shoteto tomar kotha babi e birole. শতত যেমনই লোক নিশার স্বপনে শোনে মায়া মন্ত্র ধ্বনি তব কলকলে জুড়াই একান আমি ভ্রান্তির চলনে বহু দেশ দেখিয়াসি বহু নদ দলে কিন্তু এ স্নেহের তৃষ্ণা মেটে কার জলে দুগ্ধ স্রোতরূপী তুমি জন্মভূমি স্তনে। মিনস এই কবিতা পড়ে আমরা কি বুঝতে পারছি? মাইকেল মধুসূদন দত্ত তখন বলল যে আমি যেখানেই থাকি না কেন এই বিরলে একা একা ভেবে শুধু তোমার কথাই মনে পড়ে। কার কথা? তার সেই ছোটবেলার কপোতাক্ষ নদীর কথা যেখানে তিনি জন্মেছিলেন। এবং তিনি বলেন জুড়াই এই কান আমি ভ্রান্তির চলনে, যে আমি ভুল করে এখানে কি করেছি ইংলিশ এসে লিটারেচার বা কবিতা লিখতে এসেছি। Then he wrote this poem and this poem earned him huge reputation in Bangla. Gradually he could realize that his true identity lay in Bengal and he was a sojourner in Europe. Afterwards, he regretted his fascination for England and the West. So, after the publication of this poem, a huge reputation brought for Michael Madhusudan Datta in Bangla. Then he realized that actually his identity was in this country, in his motherland, because he is a foreigner in Europe. And if you are a foreigner, nobody can respect you. Nobody can nobody can accept you like his native people. For this reason, he then gave up his fascination for England and the West and come back to his country and composed this poem Kapotakha North, which brings a mass reputation for him. And we know Michael Madhusudhan Datta is a writer who wrote the first Bangla epic, Meghnad Kappa. And this epic also bring a lots of fame and reputation for Michael Madhusudhan Datta. So, students, let's know the keywords, new words to understand the topic clearly. What is the word dramatist? No? One who writes drama or author or playwright. This is called dramatist. So our Michael Madhusudhan Datta was a Bangla poet and dramatist. Then next one, aspire. What is the meaning of aspire? One who desired something or aimed something or hoped for something. Suppose Michael Madhusudhan Datta aspired to be an Englishman in form and manner. She always liked English, and it is his hope, he aimed to be an English man. Sophisticated, aristocratic, high profile, royal. So here we can see a picture. Datta was born in a sophisticated Hindu family. We have already learned this. Exposure. What is exposure? Interest, acquaintance, experience, curiosity. So much curiosity, that is exposure. His early exposure to English inspired him to be an English writer. Here he is Michael Madhusudhan Datta. That means Michael Madhusudhan Datta's early exposure to English inspired him to be an English writer. Adolescence. You know, adolescence means youth, teenage or puberty. Human physical growth changes much in adolescent period. And appreciate, you know very well, appreciate means praise or admiration or consent. We should appreciate others' success. This is sentence making. And receptive, approachable, applicable, accessible. A good deed is always receptive to all. And sojourner, we know already, a person living in other country for the time being, for a short time. That means a foreigner. Here he is a foreigner. So then Morjena and the others in the picture are the sojourners in Bangladesh. Clear, my students? Now, work in pairs and decide how the story of Michael Madhusudhan Datta is related to the unit theme roots. We know that the name, topic name of our unit is roots. You know very well what is roots. Look at the trees. If they didn't live without roots, people also have a roots, and our roots are in our village home, in our parents and in our grandparents. So we also say that Michael Madhusudhan Datta, this lesson is also related to root, because when Michael Madhusudhan Datta went to England to compose poetry, poem and drama in English, he was not accepted or appreciated by them. And finally, when he realized that, he returned to his native, to his own country, and then he was accepted and appreciated a lot. His poetry, Kapotakha North, brought a lot of fame for him. For this reason, this is his root. So we can say that the story of Michael Madhusudhan Datta is closely related to the unit theme roots. See, read some more information of Michael, make question for those statements. I make one or two question for you, and we will do the others, you will do yourself. The answer. He introduced Amitakhar Chanda blank verse in Bangla literature. What will be the question of this answer? So very easy. We use this question who. Suppose who introduced Amitakhar Chanda blank verse in Bangla literature, and here you have to put a question mark. Second one. Michael passed most of his European days in Versailles, France. So what will be the question here? Where? Where Michael passed most of his European days in France. Then his days in Europe were terrible. What will be the question? Very easy. How his days in Europe? So, and you will, my students, the next question, I hope you will be able to do, and you, of course, you will done. You have to do that question. D. Write notes about Michael under the following headings. One example is given for you. Michael as a man, Michael as a poet, attitudes to his roots. So, you will do the next ones. Thanks to all my dear students. That is all about our today's lesson. Thank you everybody. Allah Hafiz.